guess. I guess whatever animal is getting in here said, "Hard, you can't hide your fish heads from me." So they dug them. They dug them up again, right out of this pot. Not only did they do that pot, they got the whole fish out of this one. This was my experiment, the 1,000-head kale. They took the kale out of this bag right here. At least I don't see it. If they didn't, it's not in there. They dug in this one, no luck. Put the whole right back in this pot. Didn't touch any others. So I'm going to pick all these pots up today and put them inside the greenhouse until they germinate. They didn't bother this one anymore. I guess there wasn't nothing in here but potatoes. So we moved the potatoes and they did not come back here. I left this greenhouse open that we planted broccoli in, and I see they found this one too. So we're about to re-strategize our plan. The other day, right now I saw the white cabbage moth flying around. I actually saw 2 of them. So we're going to protect our brassicas and our green stalks. We got these nettings from Amazon. For 4 of them, it was only $17. Whereas if you buy them from Greenstock, they're $67 a piece. So we're going to try these and see how they work. And we'll show you our setup of 4 of the green stalks when we come back. So before we put our netting on, we have these supports for our green stalk. For our green stalks. This is what they look like right here. And this is the little bag they came in. And so we're going to follow these directions. Yeah, attached 6 to one layer of the vertical planter. They're supposed to snap right in. And then as the plants grow, we're supposed to guide them through and around the supports. So I guess that's kind of like staking, because especially on that planter over there, I can see the Brussels sprout leaves growing on it already, which is definitely going to need support. So we're going to hook up one and then we'll show you. This is kind of what the green stalk plant support holder looks like. It's pretty easy. Mr. Wright is putting on one of them up on the top layer, and then I'll show you a little bit of what he's doing. So it just kind of like snaps into place, and pretty easy, right?
Pretty easy, yes it is.
Okay. So he's almost finished with one layer up here. Okay.
Okay.
Right now, Mr. Wright is just putting an additional support onto this green stalk, and when he's done with this support, we're going to cover it up with one of those nettings, because these are our collard greens, and it looked like I put some Napa cabbage in here also. Maybe one of the collards died. Also, it looked like I either put a Brussels sprout in here or a cabbage down here also. So Mr. Wright is adding on the next layer for our green stalk support for our vining plants, which is going to help the netting to spread out so our plants can grow, and also some of the bigger vegetables in here. Look like I put some cabbage or some Brussels sprouts in here so they can get support also. And now Mr. Wright is just placing the netting that we got over this green stalk, and it looked like it fits perfectly. It draws strings at the bottom, and then we're just going to find somewhere to clip the string on. This is the string, and it draws string right down there at the bottom. So now we'll find somewhere up here to clip the string on so that it doesn't get dirty, too dirty.
I guess we can.
Okay, Mr. Wright, Mr. Walton, and I decided to plant more onions. So we did plant long day onions back in February, and they're doing very well. So right now we're planting short day onions because we realize that we're a little late. And these are Georgia sweet. This is what the set looks like. So we're going to try planting these around some areas where we're having problems with some critters, and we'll hopefully this will help, ward them off, the smell anyway. So we did put 8 in this container. We put 8 in this container, and we put 8 in this container. We're going to use these 2 small containers right here to make some bunching onions, because we have a whole lot left. Now I might stick some more of these in the ground. I did put some in the bottom of that green stalk right there, because I don't want anything trying to crawl up it. And I put some in that cabbage patch over there, but I'll walk over there in a little while and show you. And I'm wrapping up. This was I did notice nothing at all has touched these onions. They look pretty good. Red ones, I have red ones and white ones. And they still look pretty good. It is supposed to see my little plastic snake. Maybe that's why nothing came over here. Maybe I should move that snake into another one of these other beds. But onions look pretty good. Now this filled the crowd. No, early Fisher's corn that I planted a couple of weeks ago. It's still not up. The corn that's supposed to be able to take a light frost. There's nothing here. I'm not really too mad about it, because I have corn over there in the greenhouse that's up and it looks pretty good. So maybe the other corn in the greenhouse, I'll plant out here in a day or so. Well, we're supposed to have a frost next week, 2 of them. So after those 2 frosts, 3 nights of frost, I'll put those other corn up that put them out, and maybe they'll go ahead and grow and tassel out before these will, and I don't have to worry about cross-pollination. So this is where we planted those green peas. They're purple actually, but they're not up yet. No germination on these yet. It's warm enough. It's been warm enough, so maybe they're coming up soon. And this is my test tomato. I put the tomato out here because I wanted to see what would happen if I put it out. I wanted to see if the cold weather will have any effect on it, and so far it hasn't. It's still green. Hasn't grown much, but it's green. And then I have potatoes in the other space. Is 4x4 space of this bed, and they haven't started to come up yet. But that's okay, because I do have some other tomatoes coming up. And we decided to move our 2 pots of 1,000 head kale over here, and hopefully whatever was digging it out on the other side over there, maybe it will decide not to come over here, or maybe we confused it. Hopefully we would have confused it by moving it to this area over here. So just giving everything a nice water, even though I know that it's supposed to rain. And if it rains, that's just a bonus, because it has been warm, and it's supposed to be warm tomorrow. So this was our answer. This net right here was the answer to us, to something coming over here and pulling up our fish in this broccoli bed here. So I got this idea. I know a lot of people use it, but I got this idea from Tommy Bites Homestead. I'll put her website in the description box. She gives a lot of information, not just about gardening. So this is where we planted our short day onions. We put 8 here on the side of here. Hopefully nothing will come over here digging. And hopefully we'll get enough rain to go through this net, even though I can see the water going through here. And this looked like a better setup than that greenhouse I had here. So I'll find somewhere else to put the greenhouse. It won't go to waste. And this is where we put more onions. This is that Celtis lettuce. It's coming up. When it gets a little bit bigger, I'll remove the net so that you will be able to see more onions here in the front. And this is some garlic that we planted, that California garlic. It's growing nicely, and I'm very shocked because it was late. So we took the onions out of this cabbage bed. We took the potatoes out and we planted onions, more onions in here. And hopefully that will deter any pests from coming in. Alright, no germination yet on the bush peas. So we have bush peas in this one, and we have vining peas in that teepee right there. And these are the potatoes that we just planted. Actually, these are the potatoes that were dug up out of the bed over there. We just dug them out nicely and set them to the side. So we decided to move them into these container bags. And we put one potato in each one of these bags, sort of as an experiment. These bags are kind of large. We just wanted to see if it makes a difference in the size between these potatoes, the ones in ground and the ones in the boxes. So this is the final product of our green stalks. That the netting, they came out kind of nice because I saw another white moth today. So everything in this planter is coming up nicely, and even in this little small Dollar Tree planter. Now next week, when we're supposed to get that overnight freeze, I may come out here and cover this one up, because on the top of this one right here has those tiny tomatoes, and I don't want them to freeze and die. They're doing so nicely. Okay, blueberries are doing good with the move. I don't expect to get any blueberries, but if I do, I'll be happy and surprised. And this is that apple tree that Keith moved. Actually, he just took out the ground. It's going nicely. Got some apple blossoms about to appear on them. They're pretty too. This is that collard greens I put in ground. Now I did notice these collard greens that I put in ground are moving at a slower pace than the ones in the green stalk. I'm not sure why, but that's a good something I like to really think about. Finally got some potatoes coming up in this is like a little bucket. Peppermint doing pretty good after the transplant. More garlic here, that California garlic. Celery I put in here, look like it's trying to come to life. There's a true leaf on that one. True leaf on that one. This one, and this one also. I did put one cabbage in the ground over here just for comparison, and I planted onions around it just to note if it makes a difference with pest control. So these are the collard green plants in the green stalk, and I was saying that I planted these in the green stalk at the same time I planted those other ones I just showed in the ground, and for some reason these are much bigger overall. I think what I like about these green stalks the most is that I can just water right here on the top, and it takes care of the rest for me. I don't have to worry about watering, once after the first time, after you first plant it up, after the first few times, you don't ever have to really worry about watering each individual pocket again. I also like these things because you can hear the water going through it, watering every tear. These are some of those extra onions that we're just going to grow as bunching onions. We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll get big. Hey, this is that kohlrabi that I transplanted. I see true leaves on them now. I've only put 3 in here. I hope we like them. If we like them, I'll plant some more in the fall, for the fall. Our carrots here, they tried to dig these up too, you see. Whatever it was. I used to have a dog. I had my dog here with me for 20 years, and I never ever had a problem with pests until now. planter with the jade bush beans and those other purple bush beans. And I'm happy to see that they're finally starting to germinate. Now, even though the packet said that they can take a light frost, I may come out here one day next week and just cover the whole planter, this whole planter thing, with a sheet or blanket until the morning when I can get up and go to work. But they look good so far. They are. This is more of those California garlic, growing nicely. I'm very interested to see what the size of those are going to be like. And it looks like something tried to dig up my green pepper here. Don't know what stopped it. But maybe I'll put some red pepper flakes down at the bottom just to see if that helped. My brother knocked over my strawberry tower, so no strawberries this year. Yeah, and more garlic here. All of these garlic plants germinated. Very nice. Got nice apple blossoms on this apple tree. And they're opening up right in time for that little mini one I have over there. And I also have one back here in the back right there. I don't see any blossoms on that one yet, unless I missed them. But there are plenty of blossoms on this plum tree. So y'all get some plums. See a little rust here though, but I'm not gonna worry. Overall, it looks really nice. This plum. Potatoes in this box is doing really nicely. Still no germination on this one. I'm not really sure why, but be curious to find out. I'm going to dig them up at the same time, and just to see what happened in there. I'm going to give them a little bit of water. I know it's supposed to rain today and tomorrow, but look at that. That looks really nice in there. Nothing here yet. Not yet. I mean, it's not coming. And these are the two that we just planted, so I don't expect anything here yet. In this one or this one. And like I said, I'm curious to see the difference between the same potatoes planted at the same time in these boxes compared to the raised bed over there, compared to the grow bags inside that little mini greenhouse there also. Even though they were planted at, the ones in the greenhouse were dug up and planted at different times. So, not sure what's going to happen with that. And this is our baby blueberry that we just got. Seem to be holding on. Still kind of green. And this is just one potato that I put in this barrel here. And it's starting to grow also. So I haven't put anything in this TP yet. But I think I'm going to string it up very soon, and I'm going to put in climbing string beans, pole string beans, or pole lima beans. I haven't made up my mind yet. I'm inside the structured greenhouse, and I see that this sweet potato, one sweet potato, has some slips on it. Very nice. But I'm still waiting on the loofah. I'm still waiting on the Malabar spinach. Have some watermelon. They haven't come up yet. Maybe it's not hot enough yet, but it's coming. Here, yellow watermelon. Let's take a look at that one. Make sure I put these under here to catch that water. Let's see. Yeah. The yellow watermelon looks like, this one looks like it's starting to germinate. So these are those bush beans that I planted a long time ago. They're finally starting to come up. And this is the corn that I was talking about, that I was worried about, that may cross-pollinate with the corn that I have out there already. But I don't think so, because these are so far ahead. And then this is cucumber bush, tomato bush, and some other things I got growing in here. So I've been busy. But I think what the real game changer has been is the green stalks. So the main thing I think about the green stalks, what made them a game changer, is that even though I am able to grow lots of food, I've never been able to grow in mass like this all at one time. For instance, usually I will plant collards or tomatoes here. This green stalk has, and I will only be able to do maybe 10 at a time, 12, let them grow, and then start again in the fall. And then I will have to choose broccoli, collards, Brussels sprouts, kale. But these green stalks allow me to do, okay, so now I can do 30 collard plants, and I can do 30 cabbage plants, or 30 Brussels sprouts, or 30 broccoli in this one. So that is a big deal. But also I can use this bed to grow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tomato, and this is bushing vining tomato plants all at once if I want to. I won't, because I still have tomatoes in the freezer and tomatoes that I canned, but I can do 6 or 7 celery plants, and I still have celery that I dehydrated. I can grow potatoes here, lots of potatoes. This spot I would normally do collard greens or broccoli or something. I don't have to do that. I do have collard greens down here. It's flexible. But also in this tower I can do radish, carrots, and so many other things, and also in those towers over there, and put my big cabbage in those pots. In this green stalk I can grow cabbage in even these small pockets, cabbage, kale, and lettuce. So this green stalk also allows me to do, I think, 42 plants at one time. And believe it or not, I have another one here that's not even planted yet, besides those extra onions that I had left over that I'm growing as bunching onions. But for the most part, I have another 25 or 28 pockets here that I can grow in. I have one more green stalk over there. I have I don't know, 17 times 7. That's how many green bean plants, bush green bean plants I have over there. This allowed me, having those green stalks, allowed me to just grow all broccoli in here. I think I have 20 broccoli plants. I have my Celtis here, a tomato, an experiment, and then more bunching onions there. So those green stalks, if you're thinking about getting one, I recommend. Basically, the green stalks are a game changer. Thank you. I need to let the owners know that. So I have my onions, more onions here, and basically I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 of these, and I have so much extra space here. I don't even know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do. So that's why I just keep growing more stuff. Now, if anybody want to do a crop swap that's in my area, let me know. Okay? Or seed swap. I have plenty of seeds. Yeah, this one has potatoes in it. Nothing has dug them up. Nothing has touched this tomato, and it's doing pretty good. It's nice and green. I still have one more raised bed here that I might grow in. Then I will have to move all my firewood. But that's not a problem. I can throw it up back there up against the fence. And this is where we put our 1,000-head kale. We moved the pots over here. And hopefully nothing will come digging because we took all the fish out. I'll just use fish emulsion. And then my my grapevine. See, still has these itty bitty grapes on here. More, but I haven't decided yet if I'm going to pluck them off. And then I still have a whole nother side of the yard where I normally would garden and put kale and broccoli and collards that I don't need to use. And it's a good thing. Any questions or comments, please let me know.